trials are designed to answer a clinical question. It may be something as simple as a questionnaire that is sent to people. It may be a database that is explored. It may be a registry. And all of these are designed to give us an evidence base for treating patients who have a medical problem. The clinical trials are really one subset, and that is the human part of research, in contrast to basic research that might involve cells or tissues or animals. This is research that involves people. Some of them may be healthy people, some of them may be people with disease, and a clinical trial is asking a question. And depending on the question being asked, the trial design will vary tremendously. We have a number of drugs that can be used for patients with heart failure. Perhaps someone in one of the basic laboratories has found a different category of substance that might add value to what's being done. So that drug might be studied in a clinical trial to say patients getting the standard therapy, if they are allocated to the new drug compared with nothing additional, do they do better? Are their outcomes better? Or perhaps it might be compared with a standard drug. Typically, women are under-enrolled in the trials, and therefore the results of those trials may not be as applicable to women as they are to men. And the only way to achieve data that are applicable to women is from women participants in clinical trials. Gender makes a difference in disease treatment and outcomes. And what we have learned by doing comparisons of women and men in clinical trials is that there are differences in preventive approaches, there are differences in diagnosis, there are differences in treatment, and there are differences in outcomes. I think patients should be excited to go into a clinical trial because they are contributing to the evidence base for that particular disease or problem that they have. Ultimately, it may even help them.
I'm a strong advocate of women participating in clinical trials and medical research whenever it's available to them, not only for their own personal benefit and well-being, but also for the benefit and well-being of women everywhere. I would participate in clinical trials anytime that I feel like I have something to offer. They've helped me, they've helped other people. They're the safest thing that I've ever done. And I think that they are a benefit to the patient, to the medical community, and to people across the country and across the world.
I would encourage women to participate 100% for themselves, for their daughters, mother. You know, a lot of us have been misdiagnosed, and that's a real concern. We as women, we are such nurturers and caregivers that we forget about ourselves, to put ourselves first and do more education and knowledge for ourselves.